Okay, take three. Here we go. Top hat. I'm just gonna comment. My phone says beauty face when it records, and it's got a circle around my face. I don't know what if there's a filter or something, but anyway. Let's see. Yeah, this is a Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers movie. I've only seen one other, Swing Time. Top Hat is from 1935. I forget Swing Time, but yeah, I guess it was all right. That's sort of the way I feel about it. Like, yeah, it was okay. It was entertaining enough that I watched the whole thing through. I didn't. I was thinking about other things sometimes, but it wasn't too hard to just watch the whole thing. The dancing stands out as really good, really elegant and graceful and smooth. They make it look effortless, but it's really, you know, skillful. I'm sure they rehearse a lot. I really like a lot of the time, and it's like I can't pick. It's not like one's better than the other. They play off each other really well. They're both obviously very skilled, and again, like it's kind of an extra level of skill to make it look so effortless. That's kind of the ironic thing. I really like this parts where they dance and she's not holding him at all, and the only contact is he's holding the back of her back, and yet they seem to get such control, and she seems to get control. She knows where to put her weight, and the way they move around, and the timing of their feet. I guess there's a lot of tap, or at least soft shoe tap, or whatever. I don't. One thing with tap, when I used to do tap, I really like tap. I like the precise sounds, being able to hear every click, and I find a lot of this stuff you can't, and I find the rhythms are weird. Like I don't know if it's just a thing of the time, but I used to think it's just too complicated for me to comprehend. But nowadays, I just think I don't think there's a stronger sort of pattern as there could be. But anyway, okay, the the plot of this movie is completely trivial, like very silly. It's not. I don't know how to describe it, but okay, to me, it doesn't fully work as a comedy. Like, if you took out the dancing, this is the problem. Like, why not? If dancing is your strength, focus on dancing. If you've got an action movie, you want lots of action scenes, and you don't want to have all these long romantic scenes or drama scenes. I mean, I think Batman versus Superman, people criticized that it was too much talking, too much build up, and then the actual fight is like 8 minutes or something. I haven't seen it. I don't know if I ever will see it. It doesn't interest me much, but that's the thing with Top Hat. Like the strength is dancing, and there is a fair bit, but not nowhere near as much as I think there should be. That's its strength, and it suffers in the way that musicals do as well, where it doesn't make sense. They just break out into song or dancing. I know that they're trying to connect the dancing to the story, but I think the story needs more weight for it to work. I think actually a more serious romance or drama works better for them than a comedy. I think the comedy is actually too frivolous and light-hearted, and then you've got the dancing, which is like you have to respect. That's really beautiful or impressive, and it's the comedy is so like they don't care at all. There's a couple of supporting actors that I think are quite funny. This guy who talks in a funny way, Bates or something. He says we, like he's, but again, I find him funnier than what his character actually does. I feel like if he was doing some, I think he might have been in Swing Time, and I think maybe he was funny in that, but still it feels tame. It feels like it's holding back. And this other lady is kind of funny, but it all revolves around her joking about her husband, and like she she seems so indifferent. And the whole movie revolves around Ginger Rogers gets confused. She thinks Fred Astaire is someone else, but again, it's contrived. It's how hard would it be for her to find out? Like she could have just asked. And it really annoys me in movies where they make judgments and they go to extremes and they're like, no, there's nothing to talk about now. I'm gonna get married to this other person. Just like I don't know, maybe that was common back then. You just if you're annoyed at someone, you just get married to someone else as a that's what you do. I don't. So that didn't make much sense to me. Let me think. Yeah, that's okay. Another thing, Fred Astaire. I don't. I think he and Ginger Rogers are not bad actors, but I don't find him that funny. For me, he really is on the edge of amusing. Is how I would describe it. The cusp of like mildly amusing. It's infectious when someone's that confident, but it can also come across a bit pretentious or arrogant. And it's like when you're that good a dancer, when you're that you know, you're trying to have that level of grace and be above things. Like that can be a good quality, but it's a subtle thing, and it does. If he was hilarious, if he was really talented, or could really make me feel things, if there was actual drama or some kind of further meaning, like you think of other, like a good comedy movie will often have some kind of message as well. I think actually that makes it better. That, or it has to be pure comedy. It has to be the funniest thing you've ever seen, like Monty Python or something. The Holy Grail is like pure comedy. But then Life of Brian, I think, is even better because it's got interesting themes, you know, or just completely mocks religion openly in a really healthy way, I think. Um, but yeah, the movie lacks substance completely, and that's fine if it's at that level of gleeful excitement and entertainment, and I don't think it is. It's good, it's glamorous, and it's mildly amusing. But I don't think Fred Astaire is that funny, and that's the problem. I also don't like his character that much. I don't. He's not likable. He's, again, there's that confidence that, and he smiles all the time and he jokes around, and that's kind of nice in a way, but it's just not quite there for me. And Ginger Rogers seems, I think she's a good actress. I saw another movie, I forget, where it was all these women in an area. Um, I forget, but like she was good in that. Katharine Hepburn was in it. I feel like such an idiot. But yeah, I don't. Anyway, I just think it needs more of an actual story or actual romance. The songs seem nice by Irving Berlin, but even then they seem a bit dated. Like if I think of Heaven, I'm in heaven. Da, 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 that's the only words I know. I don't know the rest of the words. They don't. I don't think they have any weight. So anyway, it's a movie. I think maybe I'd give it 7 out of 10, if that. I sort of feel like I often, these old movies, I rate them higher. I sort of anticipate once I, later on, I'll see the movie again and I'll understand the context and realize, oh, that's the kind of movie it is. It's just I'm not used to it because I'm accustomed to the cliches, or the style of modern movies. And once I get used to it and see other old movies, I might realize, yeah, it's actually really fun. It's really good. Sometimes you just got to give in, and it can be a guilty pleasure. But for me, it's like entertaining. But I just take the dancing bits out, like just as in just watch the dancing bits. The rest of it is not. I would never watch it. So, but anyway, that's. I don't think I can say much more. Bye for now.